All right, so today we're doing a automatic to manual swap on a 03. This pretty much applies to anything though, like 94 to 06, 07, anything with the 47 or 40H or 47 RH, 47 RE, and 48 RE. The second gens are a little different, but we're doing this one on a third gen today. So I'll show you guys what all we have. So this is the truck we're doing an auto to manual swap on. It's an 03 4-door long bed, 4-wheel drive, third gen. We got a whole bunch of stuff here. We got this NV 5600, found it used, it's in good shape. Rear drive shaft. We got a pedal assembly, all the interior pieces. We got a starter spacer, a new input shaft for the transfer case seal kit. We got Valair, a set of hydraulics. And here's old Travis over here. Yeah. And then over here we got a Valair clutch, organic dual disc. So we're just gonna Travis is gonna crawl underneath there and get the drivetrain pulled. And then I'm gonna hop inside and start on the interior and wiring, pedals and stuff. So we're gonna get it knocked out, right?
Yeah.
So I started off by taking off the kick panels along here on both sides and then getting the 4-wheel drive boot out, and it's got 3 little 8mm bolts that hold it in, and the leather tray piece, it just snaps out, and then these kick panels, they just pull out too. You want to take this piece out, it also just snaps in, and now we're going to drop the steering column out of it. So this lower piece that comes across here, this piece right here, it's just a couple of Phillips head screws to get it out, and then you can disconnect the OBD2 port and what other wiring's connected to it. That comes out, and then your steering column covers, these things, they're held in with just some little Torx head screws. They're a T20. Your tilt steering lever, you just pull it straight back and it comes off, and then you can get your upper and lower column pieces out. Then you can get the automatic shift lever out, and it's just got this little apparatus that holds it in with this little pin. I just take a punch and knock it out right here, and then it's got one wire for your overdrive or tow haul, whatever you want to call it. You just trace it down and the plug is right there. So the next thing we're going to do is get the shift cable out, because we don't need it anymore, and then we'll get this column dropped out of here and get the pedals yanked out. So I got the column pulled out. There's 2 13s that hold it here, and then 2 more right here. Those are studs, they're 13mm nuts, and then there's a 13mm bolt that holds it into the rest of the column. And then you just have some wiring connections here, 3 or 4, and your whole column comes out. I got it over there. Just make sure you don't spin it, because then you'll be putting a clock spring in the truck as well. So now I'm going to work on getting these pedals pulled out of here. Probably get that shift cable pulled out, get it out of the way, and then get our pedals pulled. So I got the pedals pretty much out. There's 2 15mm nuts there where the clutch master cylinder will go, and then there's 4 there that hold the hydro booster to the firewall. And then you have 2 10mm nuts, 1 hole there, 1 hole there, and another 15mm bolt in that hole right there. And now they're loose, see, they'll come out. You also have the clip on the master cylinder rod right there, and then there's a cable on the throttle pedal up in there. Being this is an early 03, that's a cable. So on all second gens, and then 03 and some 04 trucks, that's a cable. Anything after 04, that's just an electrical plug, and you just undo the throttle sensor. But I'm gonna have to reach my hand up in there and pop that cable loose. Also, this guy has some wiring. Looks like one wire ran through the master cylinder hole. So I'm gonna trace this wire through the engine bay and then under the carpet and see which end we can fish through and then get these pedals pulled out. So we got the pedals out down there. Wasn't too bad. It was just the one wire that he had ran through that hole right there. And then the pedals bind up a little bit, but to make it easier, go to the engine bay and pull the whole hydro booster and master cylinder out a few inches, and the pedals literally just fall straight down onto the floor and they come out. So now we're gonna put that whole other pedal assembly in there with the clutch, get it bolted in and throw this thing back together. So we got this new set of pedals in. The only thing I had to do was swap the throttle pedal out, and it's just 2 bolts. You can see one of them right there, and then there's one over here on the side. And then you just kind of lay them here on the floor and slide them right up in there. Push your master cylinder, your hydro boost back through, put the bolts in, put these 2 10 mils in right here. And then one thing I forgot to mention, you got to undo these 2 bolts right here for this bracket for your wiring harness connectors. You just undo them and tuck it off to the side. So we're gonna put the steering column back in now, and this thing here, so I'll call this the chassis half of the column, it slides in and out. So when you stab this back in, if you push it all the way in and your holes up here don't line up, all you have to do is bolt that together with that bolt and then pull the whole thing back out, and you can move it in and out until your holes line up and run the nuts on, and it's good to go. So one thing I forgot to mention, this is the brake pedal switch. This makes your brake lights come on and validate cruise control and everything. It pushes in like that, and then it twists over like that. And then you want to make sure it works, so push the brake pedal down. Let me try and get the camera up in there. Yeah, so when you push the brake pedal down, it should disengage that switch. And a good way to tell if it's working or not is just hook it all up, leave it sit there. What are you doing, Travis?
Watching you talk to your phone.
Just make sure the brake lights aren't on. If they're on, you just have to adjust the switch. Basically, the part that the pedal pushes on, you just pull it in or out with a pair of pliers. They're pretty tight. If you have to adjust it and you have to pull it in or push it out, or push it in or pull it out, it'll feel like you're gonna break it, but it snaps into another position. So, but that's all wrapped up. We got the throttle cable hooked back up. We got brakes, and then we'll put the clutch, the master cylinder in once we get the transmission in. We'll put the hydraulics on the pedal. So I'm gonna get all of this stuff put back up here now. That bolt's in there. I'm gonna get all this trailer brake wiring, programmer wiring, OBD2, get it all put back in and get this panel snapped back on. Next thing you wanna do, earlier we pulled these kick panels out on both sides. So next thing you wanna do is pull the whole entire front section of carpet back and lay it up here over the seats and start marking where we're going to cut the hole for the shifter. So we'll get this carpet pulled up. So before you pull the carpet up, kind of got ahead of myself. You want to pull the bezel off and then take the cup holder out that goes right here, and then take your floor console, set it down in here like so. It'll sit perfectly into place, and then mark where you need to cut the carpet out. Pull it out, cut the carpet, and then you actually don't even have to pull the carpet up. After you set that center console in there and cut it out, then this hole becomes exposed, and you just cut this on the outer edge and that's where your shift tower comes through for the transmission. So actually don't even have to pull the carpet. I kind of started and I was like, you know what, I don't think I have to do that. So we're gonna cut that hole now. Travis has almost got the original stuff out. So I got the interior done as far as it can go for now. We'll put the shift boot on in the console whenever the trans is in. So up under here, Travis got the drive shaft out, the transfer case, the cross member. What are you working on right now?
These amazing bolts that they put in the fucking converter. And I cussed. We're not supposed to cuss.
Travis said he was all right with me recording him, but he's not happy about it.
Oh.
He said the government's watching him on video. He's got an iPhone with face recognition, but he doesn't want to be on YouTube.
I'm too cute. They might steal me.
So he's getting the converter bolts out right now, and then the trans will come out. So I'm gonna get the transfer case drained. Here I'm gonna get the transfer case drained and pull it apart to swap input shafts because the spline count is different from an auto manual. So I'm gonna tear that apart while he finishes getting that out. And then by that time, we should be ready to put all the new stuff back in. Yeah, so we're down here with Travis now.
Oh my God.
What are you doing, Travis? Travis has had a long day putting this transmission in.
Automatic transmission into a manual truck.
Oh, he got the clutch in. He got the clutch in, he's just finishing up the transmission. I got the transfer case gone through over here. Bigger input shaft put in it. See the size difference there for an auto to manual. So that'll bolt up behind our NV5600 now. What else? That's about it. I mean, we'll throw that transfer case in, throw the drive shaft in, cross member. We're waiting on the front drive shaft to get shortened up, or lengthened. And all that tomorrow is the hydraulics and a little bit of wiring. So that's where we're at with it.
Wiener.
What do you think, Travis? Huh?
I'm having a great time. The car must honestly be better with the fucking using your arm. You gotta lean this bitch off the side. Oh my God. Hey Travis, I'm gonna start taking a fucking video of you.
Hang on.
Am I catching the studs?
I was making sure that rear seal was in the trans.
This bitch is about to fall off here.
Well, not if you hold her tight and hold her right. If you drop that, I'm gonna have to delete this clip.
That's fine with me. I don't like it when you fucking video me. This bitch is falling. Oh my God. Okay, well, you might as well delete it now.
Don't drop that. It'll shatter.
I got my legs under it.
Oh, so we'll have a broken transfer case in the hospital run. You're gonna hang up on that mount.
Am
Oh my God. Oh God.
Oh, she's rolling away.
Travis is in training.
No. We're trying to figure out what's the correct way to do this.
I just bench press him up in there.
There's no fucking way to do it because you can't physically see the fucking holes.
Hey, you remember the one weekend when we just knocked yours out in like 12 hours?
Yeah, but you did. We had this there.
Oh my God. Ladies, he's single. I think.
God damn it. See, my fucking. Hold on. Wait a minute. I can't see the fucking hole! God damn it! Justin, come on. You're sitting there. You can help me.
What do you want me to do? Cuddle up under
No, I
there
want
with
you
you?
to line the fucking stud up.
Oh, well, put it up in there. I'll tell you to go up or down. You just got to be real slow with it. No, you're in it right there. Tilt the back end up.
Takes too much energy.
Uh,
Bench press my ass, motherfucker.
You want me to show you how I put that up in there?
There's no fucking way. Unless you lay down.
Yeah.
My arms are too fucking short for that.
No.
I'd bottom out about right here. Whew. Okay.
Get her hemmed up in there. Look, the input shaft turns with this, doesn't it? Yeah. Put it up in there and I'll turn that and it'll wiggle right up on the spline. Just.
Oh, shit myself doing it. It's like a fucking curl up, but with your fucking...
Right there. There you go. There you go. You're in it. You can let go of it. It's not going to fall. I swear to God, you can let go.
I don't trust it. Why isn't it going in more?
You got to push on it real hard. There you go. You're in the holes.
Woo. That was scary.
Give me a little post-action update.
Morale's high. Running out of fucking solids in my body because it just all came out my asshole. We got to delete that clip though because Justin said I can't cuss.
No, we'll put. This will make the cut.
Okay. We'll get banned for this very little bitty shit that's right now on this probably 2-hour-long video.
Yeah.
Whew.
Well.
Drop shaft time.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. So that last clip I got of us putting the transfer case in was the last footage I got of us working on the truck. And I have this time lapse here of Travis underneath the whole time. And I basically just slowed it down now so I can do this voiceover to go over some things I didn't cover in the main video. So after that transfer case went in, we put the cross member in, and I wanted to go over that a little bit. I see a bunch of people online and on forums and stuff saying that third gen autos, manuals, and mega cabs have different cross members, and that is not true. All third gens use the same cross member. The only thing I'm not sure of is 6-7 third gens with 68 RFEs. They might have a different cross member, but as far as all of the G56, NV5600, and 48RE third gens, they have the same cross member. The only thing that's different on them is the mounts. So you can use whatever cross member is in your truck. You just have to get the correct mount for whatever transmission you're putting in. So what's nice about third gens is 0304s and early 05s came factory with NV5600s. After that, they came factory with G56s, and all the autos were 48REs. So it doesn't matter what transmission you're swapping in, the factory mount for whatever transmission you need to go in a third gen is readily available. Third gens came with every transmission option possible. Even some of the 03s had NV4500s. So third gens are really, I see a bunch of people talk about how they, I fabbed up my own mount out of square tubing or angle iron, and it's completely unnecessary to go through all that work of, welding and fabbing up a mount and drilling all the holes and stuff, because third gens came with every single transmission offered in a Cummins, and it's the factory parts are available still to have the correct mount. So there's a plate that bolts to the housing of the transmission, and then there's a rubber isolator that goes between that plate and the cross member. And all you have to do is find the part number and go buy one. And you can have the correct transmission mount. You don't have to fab up anything. So that's my little spill on the cross member. After that, we just put the drive shaft in, the rear drive shaft, and the truck was movable. We just jumped the starter because the wiring and tuning wasn't done yet. As far as the front drive shaft, we ended up not getting that back for like another week or so. It was at the drive shaft shop and they were a little backed up, so we had to wait on that. It came in, it fit great, 4-wheel drive worked. The 4-wheel drive shifter, the actual linkage, you have to lengthen it like 5 or 6 inches. Basically, I just cut them in half and weld in another little section of tube. And then if it's an electric shift transfer case, you just stretch the wires. Sometimes you can finagle the harness and it'll reach. Other times you got to splice in a little section, plug it back into your transfer case. What else? As far as the interior, I went over getting the automatic shifter off of the steering column. A bunch of people are always looking for, especially on second gens, a bunch of people are always saying how I got a new steering column out of a manual truck. You don't have to do that. All the steering columns are the same. All you have to do is remove the automatic shift lever. You don't have to actually find a whole steering column out of a manual truck. Same with the gauge clusters. On second gens, you don't have to do anything but take the park reverse neutral indicator out. On third gens and fourth gens, once you retune it or get the correct ECM in for a manual truck, all the lights go off on the cluster. You don't have to actually swap out the gauge cluster. Wiring, you just find your neutral safety wire on the factory transmission plug, and you can either run it to ground if you don't care about cruise control, or you run it through your clutch pedal safety switch. And then tuning, just get a manual transmission base file. On this truck in particular, we put a new ECM in it because this truck had a bad ECM. But yeah, that's about it. Just put fluid in your trans, put the shifter on. All that's pretty self-explanatory. So I hope this helps someone out on their 03 to 05 truck in particular. And maybe in the future I can do some more on 06 to 07 trucks, and then 68 RFE trucks and 4th gens. But yeah, I hope this video helps y'all out. Thanks for watching.